end of this evening, we'll know which of our 8 finalists the nation has chosen as Britain's Best Home 2009. But before we reveal the winner, let's remind ourselves of the story so far by taking another look at your favourite homes. This home, set in 2 acres of Norfolk woodland and built to a striking contemporary design, was the first to reach the final. And once the votes were in, I paid owner Amanda a surprise visit to break the happy news. Creating this 3,000 square foot property designed on eco-friendly principles took over Amanda's life for an incredible 8 years.
Hi darling, how are you?
Right, I've come to tell you.
Yeah, I don't.
The votes are in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know how much you want this.
Yeah. I can't bear it.
Your house got through.
Oh, I'm so pleased. Oh, good, I'm so delighted. I know it's April Fool's today. You are sure, aren't you?
Absolutely.
When Melissa turned up at the door and I saw her face, I just didn't know what she was going to say. I had not got a clue. And then when she said, "You've got through to the final," my heart just leapt. It was just the most wonderful feeling. I'm just so overjoyed. I was really surprised because there's some beautiful homes on the programme, really stunning homes. And my home is quite minimalistic. And I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, so I wasn't quite sure, whether people would like that or whether they wanted lots of pictures and ornaments all over the place. But that isn't how I live. I can only demonstrate, what I am, and that's what I like. So I'm just so, it's just great that everyone else liked it too. I'm incredibly nervous about being in the final because there's so many beautiful homes and you get this far, and because you've worked so hard on something, it's like your baby. You're so proud of it and you really want it to win. But I'm just really pleased that I've got this far. And if I win, it'd just be the icing on the cake for all these years of hard work and for everybody else who's worked on it.
Do you think, Lawrence, that the house can actually change the way you are?
We look at some of these films and think, well, that's not quite for me. But it is, when someone has done it genuinely. I mean, I personally felt that it was quite it's definitely too controlled for me. It's too constrained. But it was done well for its genre. It's done very well for its type.
I think the fact that has got control is an important thing, and it's somebody who's taking control of the environment to a certain extent or trying to make things better. Because it's the only house that really has concentrated on your carbon footprint. It's the only house that's done that, and it probably is the one that is the most out on a limb of all the designs in every respect, from its philosophy to the way that it looks. And I suspect because of that it won't win, but who knows?
I think that the one thing we've all got to remember is that these are homes. They're not just houses, they're not just things to hang our green credentials on. They're also places that are our sanctuaries, and they should all be places where you come home and think, oh, thank goodness I'm here, which I very much do. And I think that particularly quite a menopausal middle-aged woman, I can't be doing with too much clutter, so I quite like living in a very organised modern house. It does my head good. Anyway, I've talked enough.
This is part of your therapy, being here with us.
Thank you. Well, they seem to love it, along with all the viewers, of course. That house is really special. Did you conceive it right from the start as being eco-friendly?
Obviously, eco is very, very important to me, but that wasn't the most important thing. That sort of evolved organically. There was a woodland there where the house is now. And I decided that really what we needed was to mirror the contours of the landscape. And that's how the house came about, really.
Well done. Absolutely brilliant. Delightful.
Thank you.
In both design and execution, this year's properties have been truly inspirational. But the look of our homes is affected by all sorts of wider issues, from the state of the economy to the latest Hollywood blockbuster. Right now, many of us are rethinking the way we see our homes. It's less about money and more about retreating from the outside world. But how will this translate into the world of interior design? Well, we've put together a guide of 10 of the latest trends, from the cheap and easy to the weird and wonderful. And here are the first 5.
This year, we're all thinking a lot more carefully about what we buy. But we're predicting that when people do choose to spend some money, they may well be willing to spend a little bit extra to get real value for money. Yes, quality is going to become more important than quantity. We'll all be ditching the flat pack in favour of well-designed, solid furniture in materials that last, like durable hardwoods and timeless leather. Next up is the homemade look, set to become a mainstream trend as we all adopt a thriftier approach to improving our homes. From hand-painted furniture to applique curtains, salvaged accessories to mismatched mosaics, items with a touch of homespun charm will give our homes that handcrafted look.
Fashions in clothing often filter through to interior design, and one material that is a real favourite with the catwalk recently is lace. Expect to see lots more lace-inspired items in the home soon. And what's more, this trend won't be limited to curtains. Rugs, cushions and delicate wooden fretwork will all help you get the feminine lacy look. In today's economic climate, bling is out, but metallics are definitely here to stay. Updating the look will be a question of tone. Think subtle copper or bronze, not bright gold or silver. These colours are going to be everywhere, from wallpapers to accessories, even bronze-toned fabrics and metallic floorboards.
We all love dining out in fancy restaurants, but in this economic climate, everybody's watching their pennies. So over the coming months, we're going to be spending far more time dining in.
We're all going to be refocusing on our dining areas as we try to recreate the restaurant experience in our own homes. Carefully chosen crockery, luxurious linens and glam candelabra will be key to giving every meal a sense of occasion.